What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from Samuel Smith's Old Brewery, and they're out of Tadcaster, North Yorkshire, England, over in the UK, and this is their Organic Chocolate Stout. So this is an English stout that is brewed with organic cocoa extract, comes in at 5% alcohol by volume, 28 IBUs at the time of review. This bottle is approximately 6.5 months old. So full disclosure, I've had this one before. I've actually had it numerous times. The first time I had it was back in late 2012, and it was fantastic. It was like somebody, put Hershey's chocolate into a stout. It was just phenomenal. I loved it. And I've had it a few times since then. And it's not as good to my palate as it was when I originally had it, but we're talking, I think the last time I had this one was 2017, so a 5-year difference, and my palate, was completely different 2017 than what was in 2012, and my palate even now in 2019 is way different than it was in 2017, so I wanted to review this one because it's been a long time, and I just remember it being really delicious. Last couple times I had it, still quite tasty, just not as good as I remember it, but let's crack this open and get it into a glass because not much more to say about it. So again, this is US, on the side here it says USDA organic, so certified organic. And I said in the beginning that they're using organic cocoa extract. So that's cool to see. It is an extract though. Whatever. Pour it in a glass, see what we got going on. So that's pouring out like you would expect a 5% stout of any kind to pour out, honestly. More of like a dark brown as opposed to like a straight up pitch black. In the glass though, it's probably gonna look more pitch black on camera. And I say that for about, 98% of the stouts that I pour. But yeah, well, you know what, in the glass definitely does look pitch black. There's a little bit of like a brown tinge here at the bottom, but definitely pitch black. About a finger of a khaki colored head, a very creamy looking. That, honestly, that looks like a beautiful stout. Not gonna lie, it looks beautiful. Let's get a nose on it. Yeah, rich, sweet, like dark chocolate. And it has more of like a Hershey's. I used to think Hershey's syrup, but by the time you see this review, I think I will have posted the Hershey's chocolate porter from Yingling. This kind of smells like that. Not as specific to Hershey's, but just has like a sweeter, like milk chocolate into dark chocolate kind of nose to it. A little bit of roasted malt in here as well. But that chocolate character is like the predominant note. It's hard to get past that. And when I mean it's hard to get past that, I mean it's hard to get past that to bring anything else out, but I love it. Like the nose on this is just fantastic. It's fucking chocolate. It's chocolate, it's more chocolate. And if you're drinking something that says Organic Chocolate Stout, this is what I want to smell. I want to smell a sweet, like almost, me personally, I like dark chocolate more than milk chocolate, but I want a sweeter chocolate in general if it's going to say Organic Chocolate Stout on it or just chocolate stout in general. And that's what I'm getting. Just tons of chocolate, a little bit of roasted malt, and that's really it. There's not much more to say about this one, so let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I still like this one a lot. Like a lot. This is just fucking good. It's a good beer. This is one of the least complex beers that I've had, probably in 2019. But with that said, it's still quite delicious. So let's go body and mouthfeel. 5%. It's like lower side of medium body. It's fine. Is it a bit thin? Yeah, if you're just talking like here, drinking a stout, you want something a little bit thicker, but it's 5%. It's 5% stout. Lower side medium body is fine. The mouthfeel on this one, it has a decent amount of carbonation, but it's still soft, smooth, and slightly creamy. I'll just say this, body and mouthfeel I think are appropriate for a 5% organic chocolate stout. That would be my take on it. The flavor though, you're hit with chocolate up front, mid-palate there's more chocolate, and the finish there's chocolate. So let me try to run through this as I drink it because, super complex, pulling out all these different characters. Right up front, it's like a Hershey's sweeter chocolate. Pass through the palate. Touch of bitterness kind of shows its head around halfway through. But it comes off as like a bittering, like cocoa powder type of chocolate as opposed to any other kind of like bitterness. And then it finishes with a slight dryness, but more of a residual sweetness of like a chocolate. Like you just got done like taking a sip of milk chocolate or something. There's underlying like roasted malt character, maybe a touch of like a coffee, caramel and toffee, maybe. Now I'm stretching, maybe. There's no alcohol that I can detect on the palate, in the chest, whatever. It's just, look, if you want a stout that has a good chocolate flavor to it, this is it. Like, this is totally it. It's not the best beer I've ever had. It's not the best chocolate stout I've ever had. But for what it is, I think this is a quite tasty beer, and there's not much more to say about this. If you like chocolate stouts and you've never had this one before, give it a go. It probably won't blow anybody's mind, but when you drink this one, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is definitely a chocolate stout. Rating on Organic Chocolate Stout from Samuel Smith, 4.25 out of 5. All day, every day. I think I gave this one originally like a 4.5 out of 5, which back then it might have even been higher than that. But, you know, as is, after, you know, whatever, I've had 4,000 plus beers at this point in my life. And I don't know how many chocolate stouts, a lot. This getting a 4.25 for me personally, it kind of, it stands on it. It stands on its own. It's a very good beer. And if I want a chocolate stout that I know what I'm getting, I grab this one. So it's a damn good beer. Price and availability, I think 4 packs of this here in the Western New York area run, it's like $12 for 4 packs or $3 for this bottle. And I believe this is 11.7. No, it's a 355. So it is a 12-ounce bottle. So for a 12-ounce bottle, $3 for this, I think it's well worth it, considering the quality and the fact that it is imported, right? Yeah, imported by Seattle, Washington. So this is, you know, imported for $3 for this bottle. That's a fucking great deal. Availability, it should be here in the States, especially. You should see this one pretty much wherever. I think Samuel Smith gets wide distribution. And if you're in the US, you should be able to see this at your local bottle shop. And again, if you've never had this one before, you owe it to yourself to try it, especially if you like chocolate beers, and more specifically, if you like chocolate stouts. I think this is a damn tasty beer. 4.25 out of 5 is a great score. And yeah, man, it's still a good beer. I will say this will not be the last time I'll buy this beer. I'll definitely buy it again, especially if I'm in the mood for a chocolate stout and I'm in my local bottle shop of choice, whichever one that is. And there's a lot of them, I say, of choice. Like, there's a lot. If I'm just like, hey, I don't know what to get and I want to get a chocolate stout, I'll grab this every single time because I'm never disappointed by it. It's tasted pretty much the same since the first time I had it. And yeah, I don't know much more to say about it other than I enjoy it. So if you haven't had this one before, like I said, pick it up, see what you think, and appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I do want to say one thing about this. This is a sweeter beer, like I said, but it's not too sweet. I could definitely drink a couple bottles of this before I would get sick of it. So yeah, anyway, I'm done rambling now. Appreciate everybody stopping by. To the next one. Cheers.